Hello, friends. Welcome to our channel. Let's begin today's story. Once upon a time, there was a young boy named Ethan. He was just an ordinary boy except for one thing. He believed in superheroes. When Ethan was 8 years old, he tied a blanket around his shoulders and declared himself a superhero. To Ethan, the world was a scary place. There were bullies at school, bad people in the neighborhood, and even scary shadows that seemed to come alive when he closed his eyes at night. But Ethan believed that if he could just become a superhero, he could protect himself and everyone he loved. Every morning, Ethan would stand in front of the mirror flexing his skinny arms and whispering, "One day, I will save the world." But the other kids just laughed at him. They told him that superheroes weren't real. They also teased him for his worn-out cape. "Superheroes aren't real, dummy. You can't even climb the rope in gym class." Ethan didn't argue. He just kept dreaming of the day when he would become strong enough to do what he believed in. One afternoon, Ethan was walking home from school when he saw a small, scared animal shivering behind the trash cans. It was a stray dog. He had matted fur and a torn ear, and he looked very sick. Ethan knew he couldn't help this dog by standing around and doing nothing. So he dropped his backpack, wrapped the dog in his cape, and carried it home. "We can't keep him, Ethan," his mom said when he showed her the dog. "We don't have much money, and taking care of a dog will cost a lot of money." But Ethan looked at his mom with wide, determined eyes. "Heroes don't leave people behind," he said. And his mom couldn't help but smile at his enthusiasm. So they kept the dog. Ethan named him Rocket, and Rocket became his sidekick, always by his side as Ethan grew older. Ethan didn't forget his dream of becoming a real-life superhero. Every day he ran laps around the block, lifted cans of beans like dumbbells, and read books about famous heroes. He dreamed of a day when he could make the world a better place. In school, he stood up when someone was being bullied. "Pick on someone your own size," he shouted at the school bully one day. But the bully just shoved Ethan down. He fell hard, scraping his knees and elbows, but he felt brave doing what he thought was right. When the other students applauded, Ethan realized that being a hero wasn't about having superpowers. It was about doing the right thing no matter how scared you were. Years passed, and Ethan kept believing in his dream. He continued helping people in any way he could. He mowed lawns for free, helped the elderly cross the street, and tutored kids who were struggling in school. During the summer, he handed out sandwiches to those who were hungry. And because of Ethan's kindness, other people began to believe in his dream too. They donated food, clothes, and even money to help him continue his good deeds. One day, a fire broke out in an old apartment building. Flames rose from the roof, and people were running away from the building, screaming for help. Without thinking, Ethan ran towards the building. He couldn't fly or teleport, he couldn't run faster than anyone else, but he did something only a true hero could do. He listened for voices, guiding children down the stairwell and shouting instructions to those who were trapped. He helped everyone he could until the firefighters arrived. When they pulled him out of the building, coughing and covered in smoke, the crowd cheered. Someone wrapped him in a blanket and his mom pushed through the crowd, tears streaming down her face. "You could have died," she cried. "I had to try," Ethan rasped, his chest burning. "That's what heroes do." From that day on, everyone knew that Ethan wasn't just a boy with a blanket. He was a true hero. Even though he didn't wear a cape every day, he never forgot the feeling of helping others. When he grew up, Ethan became a firefighter. He wanted to be a hero every day, not just when there was a big fire. He also became a mentor, teaching young firefighters to be kind and helpful. And whenever a kid asked him if superheroes were real, he smiled and said, "Every time you choose kindness instead of cruelty, every time you stand up for someone who can't stand up for themselves, you're a hero too." The end.